there, Slot Car Land? How's everybody doing this fine Sunday? Hope you're all doing well. I want to apologize for last weekend's no videos being up. I got really sick last weekend. I think I had the flu. Took me until Tuesday to start feeling better. I still have a little bit of a cough, but I'm doing a lot better now. So today, I thought we would do some talk about controllers, especially for the new people to the hobby, and what controller best suits what you want to do within the hobby. Because you don't need to go out and spend $220 on a controller if you're not going to be seriously racing. So this question's a lot harder than what a lot of people think. Some people say this, some people say buy this, some people say buy that. It all depends on what you want to do in the hobby and where you want to go within the hobby. Are you a pure collector? Do you just collect slot cars, put them on a shelf, and that's all they do? Then maybe you just need out-of-the-box controller that comes with a set. You just put the car on the track, run around a couple laps, goes back on the shelf. You know. You could also you could be somebody that's also a collector but likes to run laps and try to see how best a lap you can run on your layout. You might need something a little more than just your box stock set controller. You might want to go old school and have some resistor controllers around your area so you can see what it was like back in the day. This is a 60 ohm Parma controller that I used to race with everything with back in the day. So it all depends on what you want to do in the hobby. If you want to just purely be a collector and you just run your cars from time to time, like I said, maybe a set controller is all you need. If you are a collector and you just want to run laps on your track, but you want to have a really good controller that works really, really well, that works for all of the cars that you have. If you're more than just a T-Jet collector, if you collect the whole range from T-Jets to non-mags to Magnatractions, all the way up to today's AFX Mega G Plus cars or some Super Gs or whatever, then you might need to upgrade from your stock set controller. If you're just a guy that if you're a tuner and you really love to tune cars and you want to see how far you can take a car and push them, then you're going to want to kind of upgrade your controllers a little bit. And just to give you some things out there, OS 3 has quite a few really nice controllers. This is the bottom of the line OS Lite controller. This is shading, so you have a sensitivity dial on it. That's basically all you have, and it's the circuit board wiper rather than a resistor controller. Maybe this is the way you need to go, or if you want to go up a little bit and up it to one of their pro controllers or whatever, then you can go that way too. If you want to have some old school, like I said, some old school stuff, you might want to have a resistor controller around, but make sure you're have the appropriate ohm. The problem with this is you need to have an appropriate ohm controller for whatever you're racing. This is a 60 ohm. Typically 60 ohms are great for T-Jets, Magnatraction, non-mag cars. If you're running magnet cars, you might want to have a slightly lower ohm controller, like maybe a 45 ohm controller to run those cars with. So that's those are probably, that's the low end. That's your mirror collector and your tuners. If you're doing some light club racing, you like to build cars, you like to tune, and you like to race and be around other people, this is probably one of the best things to go with, is the OS Lite. It's reasonable, it's fairly cheap. They're still kind of spendy, but they're fairly cheap. They work great. They very rarely give out. You have a little bit of tuning with it with the sensitivity dial on it, and you can run almost anything with this controller, from a T-Jet all the way up to a BSRT G3 car to a Viper. You can run one of these controllers and have a lot of control and everything over it, and you can take this to a local club meet and probably do quite well with it if you're a pretty good racer. So this is probably one of the best all-around controllers for a little bit of, from anything from being a guy who just tunes to run a run and see how fast you can turn your car on your track to some moderate club racing. If you want to get into some serious racing, you're going to need to upgrade your controller. It's amazing how much control you can get from going from, say, this to one of these. It's amazing the amount of control you have. This one's all three of us now are running DeFalco controllers. I love DeFalco controllers. They work great. He has a great support system. He has a great website. He sells on eBay, plus he has a website. If you guys want to go check out the website, it's defalcoonline.com. Capital DIFALCO, capital ONLINE.com. You can go check that out. He'll probably have a list of stuff going on there. Or you can look up DeFalco on eBay, because he sells on eBay. He sells a wide range of controllers. The cool thing about a DeFalco is this circuit board right here is interchangeable. You can pop this out. He sells different circuit boards for different types of cars. All three of our controllers are basically set up for T-Jets. That's what the circuit board is in them. Basically what that does, it changes the dial settings up here to what specific car dang, you're running on the racetrack. So, and you can get them with 2 dials, you can get them with 3 dials. I also believe you can get them with 4 dials. You can also get them with your digital amp readout down here on the further cord that a lot of the 32nd scale guys run on their controllers. So he's got a wide range of controllers to be able to service your guys' needs if you want to seriously dove into some serious racing like we do here up here in the Northwest. We're running about I think we'll be running 30 races this season. So this is probably one of the good ways to go. You can also go with an OS Pro. You're looking right at anywhere from 100. I would have to say about $198 to anywhere from $200 to $250 to $260, I believe, for one of these. This is Shaden's. He just got this for Christmas. This is $220 on eBay straight from DeFalco. He has 3 dials on here. He's got a sensitivity dial, a brake dial, and a TC dial, which is traction control. When I purchased it, I probably thought that this 3rd dial was going to be a coast setting, but it's traction control, which is it moderates your input to the car and gives you even more control to the car braking out. Mine has 2 dials. I have a sensitivity and a brake. I think mine works out really good. These are also really smooth controllers. If you compare this to this, I mean, these are so smooth and they flow across that circuit board when you pull the trigger. I mean, they are very nice controllers. Sorry, people. Very well put together. So if you're going to do some serious racings, I would consider going with the DeFalco, just simply because of the versatility. For one, these have a T-Jet circuit board on them, but we run them for everything we have. So just because it has one circuit board doesn't mean it won't work with another car. We run our BSRT G3s with these. We run our entire gamut of cars. We run all season. We run with these controllers. So they're really nice, really cool. So if you're gonna be doing some serious all-in racing, I would consider upgrading to either the DeFalco. A lot of other people like the Stan and Aiden are running the OS Pros, which also have 3 dials, and theirs are brake sensitivity, and I believe they have a coast. Theirs are set up a little bit. They have an A and B switch, where you can switch it to A or B, depends on whether you're running the old slower cars or whether you're running the faster cars. Where these have the circuit board change out. The circuit boards are only like, I think, $15 a piece. So they're not that. The initial cost of the controller is your biggest outlay. The circuit boards are not that expensive after that. So you could have like 3 or 4 boards set up for whatever you want to race, or whatever you want to play with, or whatever not. So you can customize it. It's only going to cost you like, you're probably going to need about 2 circuit boards, one for T-Jets and everything from back in the day, and then not today's cars. So you only need 2 circuit boards. When you order the controller, it'll already have one in, so you just have to buy another one. That's just an extra $15, and you're done, and you have what you need. So, but it is an investment, but it is a really good investment. You'll be amazed at how going from, say, an old resistor controller to even one of these is monumental jump in your driving ability. And then when you go from one of these to, say, one of these, it makes another jump up, and it's just amazing how much it changes your driving and being able, especially if you got dials, to be able to set your cars up, because you can actually set the controller up to control the car in each individual lane. If you're in a tighter lane, you can turn your brake up. If you're in a faster lane that's got more sweeping corners, you can turn your brake down. Your sensitivity, if you're in tighter corners, you can turn your sensitivity down to where it's not giving it instant power as you pull a trigger going out of a corner. You can actually moderate your inlet and outlet on these, and it's just great. But once again, first of all, if you're new, sit down, be honest with yourself, and say, where do I want to go here in this hobby? What do I want to do? Do I want to collect? Do I want to be a collector / moderate club racer? Do I want to be an all-in collector and all-in racer? Or do I want to be a moderate collector, kind of like I am? I love auto sports, I love motorsports, I love racing, so I'm in it for the racing, but I'm a moderate collector on the side. So you take that into consideration as you're buying a controller, and then it also depends on how much racing you're doing. If you're only doing it like every so often just to hang out, have fun, you don't need an overly serious controller. And then, or you can be really good too and find a group like the Hopat guys, where they provide house controllers, and all their house controllers are the OS Lite controllers. So, but, be honest with yourself. Say, this is where I want to do in the hobby. You can always upgrade. You can always pick up one of these and use one of these, and then you get more involved in the racing side of things and you want to do better, you can always upgrade to a better controller. It'd be alright to buy one of these if you're just a pure collector, but why fork out the $120 for a controller, or $220 like Shaden's for a controller that's you're not even going to use its whole potential if you're not racing. So that's my take on controllers. Find out what you want to do first. Go from there. Look around. Visit DeFalco. Go to a one-stop slot shop. Take a look at their controllers. Take a look at DeFalco's. Compare the two of them. There are others out there, but these are probably our two in the HO world that are probably I see the most of. And then there's some older ones out there that aren't made anymore, that you might be able to pick up as well, that are, kind of dated now. So it's probably better to go with a brand new controller that you can actually get serviced, because if you get an older one that breaks down, who are you going to find out? Unless you can do it yourself. So that's the episode this week. I hope this helps you new guys out with controllers and questions and whatnot, and finding out which controller should I buy, where should I go, and what should I do. So hope this helps you guys. Don't forget, we're back. The Central Washington Championship Series is back next Sunday. We're over at Stan Claver's house. Race 6, the halfway point of the season. BSRT G3s, the unlimited T-Jets, and whatever Stan comes on with, promoter's choice. Points are really close right now. We'll find out where everybody's at after this halfway point. We may be doing a halfway point video as well for that too, to give you guys an update. There's a lot of good racing going on. Points are really tight. All 5 of us are really close. Hopefully we'll have a few more people. Hopefully Jim can make the trip up from Portland. Maybe he'll bring a couple of the Portland guys with him. And we can have some really good fun and some good hot racing. Alright, so. Where was I at? Shaden interrupted me. Oh, so we're back at stands, like I said. So that'll be next Sunday. Stream will probably start about 11:30ish. And then we'll get into the racing around noon. So be on the lookout for that. We also need to do our look back at 2024, look forward at 2025 video. We need to make up our Q&A video, which I was going to do this Saturday, but we've got things going on. We're celebrating some stuff, still celebrating the Christmas season with some friends and stuff this weekend that we didn't get to do over that we didn't get to do on New Year's Eve because I was sick. So I'm not sure we're going to get to it this weekend. We might be able to do that next weekend, next Saturday. Be on the lookout for an update on that. I'll post it to the community page, whether we'll be live and what time and all that good kind of stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to check out all the shorts, the Monday walk-arounds, the crash of the week, the Saturday speed shots, Tech Tick Tuesdays, and the Parts Bins Wednesdays if there's one up. And, yeah. So be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to go check out slotcarcrazy.com. A lot of great info there, a lot of great information there. I need to go in there and do some work. I need to add a few websites that I've come across, like the Falco and some others, so they're there, so I can have you guys, if you need to find them, you can go there and find them. So go check it out. A lot of great information there. Don't forget to check out the merch shop as well. New shirts are on the way, plus the 2025 phrase shirt will be up soon. So go be on the lookout for that. And just join us next Sunday for some great race action. And we'll catch you next weekend with that stuff. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Not quite sure if we're going to be doing a bi-weekly or a regular one. It'll probably be a bi-weekly video, seeing we did a regular one here. So be on the lookout for that. And have a great week. Remember, keep that pin in the slot. Keep them wheels on the downside. Keep racing slot cars. I love you guys all. Big year this year. 2025 is a very big year for Slot Car Crazy. And I'll let you guys know as to why in the look forward video coming up. So be on the lookout for that. And I'll catch you guys later. I'm out. Bye.